acting like you ain't got no sense, always being late on your rent, beating up your baby mama, not paying your child support. You don't want to work your job. All you want to do is steal and rob. You're smoking kush all day and popping perks, showing up late to work. I ain't never been to church. This is the day. Well, you need to be ashamed of yourself, but you need to celebrate the man that had the plan and really took a stand. See, Martin Luther King was a man that really stood for something. See, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be getting paid holiday pay today. Do you know that? Martin Luther King is the reason that you got holiday pay on your job today, nigga. You got double the pay because he laid down his life for us. Like real shit. Like when you put your life on the line for millions of black people in the future to be able to be free and do a lot of things that we do, that is what you call a real gangster. Not because you want to pull down on the street, pull out your whipper rapper and let it scripper scrapper. Nah, a cause. When you put your life on the line for something that means something, that's when that shit is important. Anybody can put their life on the line for stupidity, but when you put your life on the line for longevity, insight, direction, the future, that's what's great. So yeah, before I start the show off, I will like to highlight and celebrate a special man, Martin Luther King Jr. Yes. Now, let's do it. And I ain't talking about like Nike. You women have lost your mind first before I pull out my topic. It's been 2 weeks that I've been approached with a woman talking out the side of her neck to me at a certain location that I will not disclose. But I will say this. The lady mentioned to me last week that she wanted head. I need some head is what she said. You need some head. I said, well, hey, tell your baby daddy to give you some head because she's pregnant. If you want to know in the comments, how do you know she has a baby daddy? Her belly is full of jelly. It's moving. She has told me it's obvious. So she said, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The second week, she mentions this again. I want some head. I said, damn, last week you wanted head, babe. Your baby daddy didn't take care of that? Oh, no. He told me that he not giving a woman head that's pregnant because they can have vaginal discharge. I said, really? I like that guy. Seems like a real one to me. She said, well, you know what you talking about? You know you were doing. I said, who? I look like a nigga that want discharge coming out his mouth. Now, you know if they say looks can be deceiving and all that shit, but no. I am not putting my mouth on no kitten with something draining. You know, she had nerve to say, how you gonna know? It smell, baby. When you got discharge coming out of that thing, if you're a real man that has been through life, because if you're a real man, you have ran into some rotten pussy before, or even just a clean pussy that just had discharge. Because sometimes if a woman has a STI, for you uneducated men, she can have discharge. Doesn't mean that she's necessarily nasty. It's just stuff can happen. But on the other hand, it could be contaminated. And you know when something is contaminated, it is laminated. Meaning it's lit. It's covered up with a film. But up under that film is unprotected. So with that being said, it's been a couple of crazy weeks for me with people asking and wanting head out of the blue. I don't know. I guess in 2026, y'all just giving it out. So as I move on, I want to talk about Tasha K. Tasha K is a legend that Shiesty held Gucci Mane at gunpoint. I got to turn my head around for this. Tasha K, these people going to sue the shit out you. You're always running around here talking about these motherfucking stories that is wild as hell. I'm not saying stuff can't happen, but when you say certain things about people, this is what people have to remember. It has to line up. And when you know the character of certain people, excuse me, you just can't say anything and expect the public to believe it just because you're saying it. Tasha K, you have made your name on celebrity stories and talking about it. And I ain't knocking it, baby. Do your thing. But this one doesn't make sense to me. Because Gucci Mane is known in the streets and in the world to be a real nigga. So you telling me that Gucci Mane let Pooh Shiesty and some more guys pull guns on him, threaten him to get out of a contract, and nothing was ever said and nothing was ever done. And you managed to find out about this story, Tasha K. And now you magically just present it to the world like you just got that much juice. It don't add up. It don't add up. I'm not going to be, one thing about me, I can't talk about nothing that I'm not factual about. I don't believe in that. If I'm not factual about something, I would say allegedly. Now that's what she says, alleged. But I'm only gonna say something is allegedly. It's because I have a certain thought about it and what I feel about it. But this is some wild shit. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that. Somebody say if this was true, see snitching in the comments. Somebody else say Tasha K equals not reliable at all. Exactly. Then here goes somebody else. They say she about to get sued again. So you can't be just putting these lies and stuff out here, Tasha K, and disrespecting people to go for this shit. We're not gonna do it. Why do black men always go? I'm not gonna even talk about that. I'm gonna say that one for when I get around the people that need to be got around, because we're gonna fire y'all ass up for that. We're moving on. Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate had a party, right? Andrew Tate is the guy that got locked up overseas with all type of charges brought up on him about he raped women, pimped, all kind of alleged charges they brought up on him. I don't know if the case is over, so I don't want to get into it, but he's a famous influencer that made millions of dollars off of subscriptions. This motherfucker had, I don't know if he still have them now, but this motherfucker had 150,000 subscribers paying him $50 a month. Do the math. And 50,000 subscribers paying him $50 a month. You can't make this up. You can't make that much money unless you got the honey. And whatever type of recipe this man had, oh man, the man called, I give it to him. There's some hellified shit there. But you know what? It could be done. Because you got to think about how years ago when we paid subscriptions and for cable to watch HBO, Cinemax, and all them channels used to be out, Showtime. And even now to this day, people are buying subscriptions for different things to watch. The world has changed. You can make the impossible out of the impossible. You just got to believe. This man was somebody that was a kickboxer. Wasn't making no money. Just kicking the air, getting the shit beat out of himself, maybe winning the free fights here and there. Created a realm, a model, followed the model, and the model worked. Look at the rewards. Look at the results. Believing in yourself and standing on something that you create can be beautiful if you can pull it off. But you got to believe what nobody else don't believe. So yeah, Andre Tate, bad motherfucker. But the reason why I'm talking about Andrew Tate is he has he played this song that nobody wants to play by Kanye called Hail Hitler. This song was banned because Kanye has lost his motherfucking mind with how he talk. And he'll say any motherfucking thing, stupid as hell. So he been getting banned off of every goddamn thing. So on this song, Kanye is saying a lot of wild ass shit. And basically Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, and other professional agitators posted a video over the weekend partying to the Kanye West song. It's about as gross as you can imagine, is what TMZ said, right? Now, the club that they had this shit play on responded basically saying whoever was responsible for allowing Kanye West song to be played, it's finna get fired. That's fucked up. You can't even have freedom of speech no more. You can't even be a DJ and play some music without getting fired. Now, you know one thing. For them to play their music, they tip the shit out of them. Probably say, hey, man, here go $100, a couple of $100. As a DJ, a lot of people don't know, some DJs don't make a lot of money depending on where you at in the economy and the club. If it's a small club, DJ ain't making a lot of money. If it's a big club, you might be getting some paper. A former Memphis police officer who was at the subject of news coverage after he was hit by a vehicle while on duty in 2023 has been charged with stalking a woman. 27-year-old Samuel Mills was arrested Wednesday and released Thursday on $1,000 bond. Now, hold on. $1,000 bond. According to the police, Mills showed up at ex-girlfriend's house allegedly pretending to be someone else and refusing to leave. Told the police later he wanted to ask the woman why their previous relationship ended. She told the police she don't know how he found her, feared for her life, and showed messages from her text, voicemail, Venmo, and TikTok, and several other social media platforms. They confirmed the dude was an off-duty retired police. Wow. You know why? When somebody have worked on the police force before, they know how to get information to track you. So he had the advantage. I tell people this all the time, and I have seen it. A police officer is the worst person to date, man or a woman. Because when it's over, if they're in their emotions, depending on how it ended, if you left them, they will use their police powers to affect your life and your livelihood. Because they can get a hold of information that the average person can't do. And anything they know about you that you do wrong, criminally or illegally, they're going to attack you because they're mad because they can't have you. And they know they can just fuck your life up. A police officer? I won't give a fuck how fine you is. Get the fuck away from me. I'm not fucking with your toxic ass. I know all police officers are toxic in relationships. Let's talk about that. All police officers relationships, I think, because they have the ability and the power to affect your livelihood in your life after the relationship over and it has ended bad. If the relationship has ended bad with a police officer, 9 times out of 10, they're going to target you and you will regret fucking with an officer. That's why I wouldn't do it. You got too much power. You got too much pull. I don't trust you. And at the end of the day, you still a